Welcome to week 8 of the College Corner. We have a shitty slate, but T-Mac and I are here to find you some great winners. And if you're going to make money this weekend, make sure it's with MyBookie. Use promo code OwnersBox for a deposit match of 100% up to $1,000.
All right, let's get started. It's the third Saturday of October. You know what that means? Tennessee at Alabama. No, I think Alabama's at home or on the road in this game. No, they're definitely at home. But Tennessee, they wish this was a rivalry. It's really not. Tennessee hasn't been able to cover in 3 of the last 4 matchups between these two teams. That is why they're 25-point dogs. I'm back at the Volunteers. Look, this is probably one of the best Tennessee teams I think they've had in the last 5-6 years now. Josh Heupel, I think, has this team going. I really hope Hendon Hooker is starting. I'll feel a lot better about covering this 25 points if he is the starting quarterback this week. He is banged up, though. The Volunteers running the ball plenty this season, 18th in rushing play percentage, so hopefully running the ball will burn this clock, keep these teams from scoring too many points. And as well, the Vols top 30 in college football in yards per play. This offense has been humming. I need them keep the ball on the ground, try to dominate time possession, cover this huge number. Let's get crazy. Maybe Tennessee sticks around this game, wins it, but I'll take 25 points. That's a lot.
Into my first game, Illinois at Penn State. Brett Bielema, all-time shit guy, shit coach move by calling out his team. He said, these aren't the right players for me. These aren't my guys. They're just not very good. We're only going to be as guys as the recruits from the regime before. Brett Bielema throws them under the bus, but these guys are checked out. They're playing Penn State. They're on the road. I'm taking the under 46.5 points. Sean Clifford may not play. Every other quarterback option for Penn State isn't very good. Illinois has played in a lot of low-scoring games as well. I think Penn State's going to do most of the scoring in this game. Illinois, they're in for a rude awakening again here. Penn State, Illinois, under 46.5 points.
Next up, Avery talked about the rat line of the week with Iowa State at home against Oklahoma State being 7-point favorites. I'm taking the under 47. Look, Iowa State's offensive success, their point total has just been ballooned by Kansas and UNLV games. They scored 50-plus points here. This offense really isn't that good. I'm tired of seeing Brock Purdy. Time for him to go. Oklahoma State, you thought a Mike Gundy coach team would be able to score, wouldn't be about defense. No, this is a defense-first team, time of possession type team. I'm taking under 47 in a game I think is going to be really sloppy.
We have a head-scratcher of a line here in the Oklahoma State at Iowa State game. This makes no sense to me that Iowa State is favored by 7 points. Oklahoma State, big win against Texas last week. They are undefeated. They are ranked. They are on the road as dogs at 7 points. I love Iowa State. I am putting everything I have responsibly on Iowa State this week. Just tell me how this line makes sense. You cannot do it. That's why you have to hammer it. Vegas knows more than me. They're pretty smart guys, but this line doesn't make sense. Iowa State, the Cyclones, -7.
Next up, the Sleepwalk game of the week. College Station, Texas A&M, 19.5-point favorites against South Carolina. South Carolina stinks. They suck. 19.5 points is a lot, though. I kind of thought Texas A&M might kind of have that letdown game after the win against Alabama. That didn't happen last week against Mizzou. I think this is the game that it happens, though. 19.5 points is a lot in a conference game. Give me the Gamecocks, plus 19.5.
Next, I have to bet on Ohio State in some form or fashion every week. Ohio State at Indiana. Last year, this was a great football game. 42-35, Ohio State won. Of course, Indiana isn't the team they were last year. Michael Penix, 5 touchdowns last year. It is time for Ohio State to kind of flex their muscles. I'm hoping T-Mac's got a good play on this. I love Ohio State in this game as well, but the over 16.5 points, I feel like it's going to be more than that. I think Indiana just has to score 21 points to do their part in this, so I love this over 16.5 points.
Head into the MAC, Toledo, 2-point underdogs at home against Western Michigan. Toledo takes care of the ball really well. I think they're 3rd in the country in giveaways per game. That's a great recipe for an underdog here. Toledo takes care of the football, wins this game outright at home. Look, I like the Rockets. I think they're a good team. I think they'll be very frisky in the MAC this season, maybe win the conference, and this is probably the most important game of their season. Save for Western Michigan, these two teams are really good in the MAC, but I do think Toledo, with the home field, takes care of business, covers the 2 points here.
My next game, West Virginia at TCU. I have been riding TCU overs for the past 4 weeks, and I'm pretty sure they're 3-1, with that only under hitting on the bullshit Texas game that this should have gone over in. TCU can score, and they can give up a lot of points. West Virginia doesn't score a ton, kind of a slower team here, but I think this goes over 56.5 points. I'm just going to keep riding TCU till they fuck me.
Last but not least, I'm getting back on my bullshit. I used to take Ohio State when Justin Fields was there each and every week, first half, but I'm going to take Ohio State minus 21 at Indiana. The Hoosiers suck. Mike Penix has been hurt. That's not a bad thing because he sucks. Jack Tuttle in at quarterback now. Indiana just in a bad spot. This isn't their year. I think Ohio State will roll this team over, win by 40 points, put up 60 maybe in this game. CJ Stroud and the boys roll to a big game next week against Penn State. Get right spot, minus 21, Ohio State.
Finally, a nice little game here at the end. Georgia Tech at Virginia. Brennan Armstrong has been absolutely incredible for the Cavs this season. Georgia Tech hasn't been too bad either. I mean, Virginia blew up Duke and Georgia Tech played them kind of close, so that's kind of the last thing we have of these two teams. But I think Virginia's kind of putting it together more than Georgia Tech is. I love that Virginia's at home in this spot. I am taking the Cavaliers minus 6.5.
If you're new to these videos, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. In the description below is our long form podcast where we talk college football each and every week for about 40-50 minutes. Go check that out again in the description. Special shout out to our partners over at MyBookie. Use promo code OwnersBox. You're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000. College football week 8, NFL week 7, MLB playoffs, NHL, NBA. If you think you know sports, you want to make some money, go to MyBookie. Go play some bets over at MyBookie. Some good lines over at MyBookie. All of our lines today from mybookie.ag. Go check them out. Promo code OwnersBox. We'll see you guys next week. Let's make some money.